welcome back to yet another video. Today is another Byrds-Eye review. I'm Mitchell Bird, and thank you again for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie TENET by Christopher Nolan, coming out this year, 2020, the year of confusion. This movie ties perfectly into this year because it is, to be frank, hella confusing. This movie is very, very confusing. It's a very visually good movie. Visually, I loved just watching this movie. Also, side note, it was very interesting to go to a movie theater for the first time in 6 months. I mean, everyone was wearing their masks, and everyone was being 6 feet apart. And it was just it was a good moment for everyone to be able to see movies again. I'm so pumped to have trailers coming out and movies to go and see. It's been an awesome thing to be able to have happen. But going back to this movie, I think this movie could be described in 2 words. And I wrote this down in my written review. But this movie is beautifully confusing. Visually, this movie gives me a little bit of what I feel like a Ridley Scott movie would look like. It's just captivating. So many scenes and visual effects in these movies are beautiful. How they're able to kind of have people going one way in the movie, and yet visually you see things going in reverse. It's incredible. Really, really incredible. This movie has a lot of really good acting in it as well. The main character's name is only the protagonist in the actual film, which I found very interesting. They never actually mention his name, and it was incredible. The acting was good. I have a lot of nitpicky things with this film, but that's just who I am. I genuinely enjoyed it. However, let me put a little bit of a disclaimer with this film. This is an excellent movie as long as you are watching it with subtitles. Because ever since The Dark Knight Rises, when Christopher Nolan directed that film, no one understood what Bane was saying. And since then, a lot of his films, the score is so loud or the background noise is so loud that you're not able to understand every single word that the characters are saying. It's almost like he enjoys the audience being confused, which in a way in this film he does, because you are confused for the majority of this movie trying to figure out, wait a second, how does that work? Wait, how does that work? Which is cool. I liked it. It was a little bit of a mystery. You had to try to almost figure it out for yourself, which I actually enjoyed. But a lot of the hate this movie's been receiving is because of how confusing it was. And it's not so easily understandable. Like, this movie is very confusing at moments. There's moments where there's an entire conversation and they talk very quickly in this movie. It's very fast-paced. Even though it's a long film, the dialogue is very fast-paced. And a lot of times I found myself, and speaking with my wife after the movie, she felt the same way, that she was trying to play catch-up with what they were saying. And the fact that the volume of these conversations and this dialogue wasn't great. Also, there are a lot of characters and actors in this film with heavy accents. And I'm not against anyone having an accent, but if someone does have a thick accent and it is difficult to understand their English, don't blare the score or the background noise so that I really can't understand what they are saying. So that was difficult for me. This movie, though, had some fantastic action as well. The fight scenes in this movie are incredible. And I don't want to spoil anything about the plot or how this movie works. When I first saw the trailers of this movie, I thought, okay, the main character died, and he's going back in time to make sure he doesn't die. It was not necessarily that, which I was glad, but I don't want to spoil exactly how all these fight scenes work, because it's really cool to see visually how these fights work. So that I found really cool. The only thing I did not like about this movie that much, really, besides how confusing it was and the dialogue, was that I felt like it was dragged on longer than it needed to be. There was a lot of scenes where it felt like the dialogue was too long, where you felt like, okay, that was an awesome action scene, let's pick up some action again. Which Christopher Nolan has been known to drag some of these scenes out. A lot of the criticism he got for the Batmans were because of long dialogue scenes and not enough fast-paced action scenes. So I can understand. From all of Christopher Nolan's movies, I do not rank this even in his top 5, in my personal opinion. Although Christopher Nolan has always loved to mess with someone's brain about time. And this movie goes literally back in time, forward in time, through time. I mean, thank goodness Christopher Nolan wasn't the director of the Avengers Infinity War or Endgame, because they would have been 9 hours long. Because time can be depicted in so many different ways, and he does it so well. But it takes him a long time to talk about it and to really break it down and to explain to your audience what you are seeing. And for that, I think this movie is definitely one that you have to watch twice. Not because I loved it the first time, I need to go see it again, but because I was so confused the first time, I want to know more of what happened the second time around. Which might be genius on Christopher Nolan's part, or just, a way to get people to watch it twice. I don't know. But overall, I gave this movie 3.5 stars. Because I did overall enjoy my experience watching this movie. That might have been because it was the first time I had watched a new movie in over 5 months. And I think I also enjoyed this movie because it messes with your brain in a good way. The action is incredible. The acting was incredible. The score was really, really good. The music was excellent. And visually, this is one of the most beautiful movies to watch. It was incredible. And that's why I compare it to Ridley Scott, because it's beautiful. It looks way good. And so 3.5 stars is what Tenet got for me. You can read my brief review on Letterboxd. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you want to review this movie, you can on Letterboxd completely for free. I don't get sponsored by them. No way. But if you would like to start reviewing movies, go ahead and do it. I'll follow you. And if you want to see a certain movie or TV show or TV episode or anything reviewed in the future, not the past, sorry, Tenet on the brain, please comment down below what I should do next. Also, shout out to Bridger Wilcox, good friend from high school, who requested that this movie be reviewed. I enjoyed this movie. It was a wonderful experience. And please, even if you comment something and I don't review it right away, I will get to it. I promise you that. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you can go out and watch Tenet wherever you live safely. And please don't rush into the theaters. Wear your masks. That's everything I have for you today. Peace.